Focus is the foundation of every life that rises above average. It's the invisible force that separates those who live with purpose from those who drift through life. When you focus, truly focus, you give yourself permission to take control of your destiny. You stop living by chance and start living by choice. You stop reacting and start creating. Every dream you've ever had, every goal you've ever set is waiting on the other side of your ability to focus. Most people don't fail because they're not talented or smart enough. They fail because they let their attention scatter. They try to chase everything and end up catching nothing. They allow distractions to pull them in 100 directions, leaving them exhausted and empty. They fall into the trap of business, mistaking movement for progress, effort for results. But nothing great is ever built that way. A powerful life, a life you deserve, it's built by locking in on what matters and refusing to be moved. It's built by cutting the noise and killing the excuses and focusing on the work that will move your life forward. You deserve more than a life of regrets. You deserve more than a life of distractions, detours, and dead ends. But you only earn that life when you stop entertaining everything that's designed to pull you away from your vision. You only step into your true potential when you commit to the discipline of focus. The power of focus isn't found in one big moment. It's found in the small, the daily decisions, the moments when you choose to stick with your goal instead of quitting, when you choose to finish what you started instead of chasing the next shiny thing, when you choose to put in the work even when it's hard, even when it's boring, even when no one's watching. The life you deserve won't happen by accident. It's built by execution, by showing up, by doing the deep work that others avoid. It's built by saying no to distractions, no to temporary pleasures, no to everything that drains your energy and steals your time. It's built by channeling your energy into the things that move the needle. The things that build your future. Focus is how you shift from wishing to winning. It's how you close the gap between who you are and who you know you can be. You don't need more time. You don't need better conditions. You need better focus. You need the mental toughness to lock in on your goal and shut out everything else. You need the strength to walk away from what's comfortable and step into what's necessary. Because everything you want is waiting on the other side of that choice. The choice to get serious, to get committed, to get focused. When you lock in, everything changes. You move faster, you think clearer. You stop wasting energy on things that don't matter. You build momentum, you create results. You gain confidence because you know you're doing the work that actually counts. And that confidence compounds, it feeds your belief, it sharpens your purpose, it fuels your passion. The world will always try to pull you away from your focus. There will always be distractions, always be noise, always be reasons to give up. But when you decide to own your focus, you rise above it all. You stop living on defense and start playing offense. You stop waiting for success to happen and start making it happen. Focus is a choice, and that choice is yours. Choose to build the life you deserve, choose to lock in, choose to stay the course. And when you do, you'll discover a strength you didn't even know you had. You'll tap into a level of potential you never knew existed. And you'll wake up one day living a life that most people only dream about because you stayed focused long enough to make it real. Your focus is the silent architect of your future. Every result you achieve, every milestone you reach, every breakthrough you experience is the direct outcome of where you choose to direct your attention, your energy, and your effort. A focus is the unseen force that either builds your dreams or buries them. And it happens quietly without fanfare, in the moments when no one is watching and when no one is applauding. The truth is, your future doesn't just happen. It's built moment by moment, decision by decision through the power of focus. The world will constantly pull at you with demands, distractions, temptations, and noise. Every screen, every voice, every task competing for your attention has only one goal: to steal your focus away from what truly matters. And if you allow it, your energy will be scattered in 100 directions, and you'll wake up one day wondering why your life feels stuck, why your goals feel distant, and why your potential remains untouched. But when you learn to control your focus, everything changes. Focus is the filter that determines what stays and what goes, what grows and what dies. If you focus on problems, you'll multiply problems. If you focus on doubts, you'll strengthen doubts. If you focus on negativity, you'll attract more negativity. But if you focus on solutions, you'll find answers. If you focus on growth, you'll discover opportunity. If you focus on your goals, you'll unlock doors you never knew existed. What you lock in on will expand. What you give your attention to will shape the reality you live in. Most people drift through life, allowing their focus to be hijacked by whatever feels urgent in the moment. They react instead of create. They allow their environment to dictate their priorities. They spend their days in survival mode, bouncing from task to task, from distraction to distraction, never realizing that their future is being written in those moments of divided attention. It's easy to get caught up in the noise. It's easy to fall into the trap of constant scrolling, endless notifications, and shallow conversations. But none of that builds anything lasting. None of that moves you closer to the life you want. The life you deserve requires intentional focus. It demands that you take ownership of where your attention goes. That means stepping back and asking yourself every single day, where am I putting my energy? What am I allowing into my mind? What am I feeding with my focus? Because whatever you focus on, you feed, and whatever you feed will grow. Focus sharpens your vision. It brings clarity to your goals. It aligns your actions with your purpose. It eliminates the fluff, the noise, and the meaningless activities that drain your time and give you nothing in return. With focus, you stop living in reaction mode and start moving with purpose. You stop chasing everything and start building something. Focus gives you the power to say no without guilt and yes without hesitation. It gives you the discipline to cut away what doesn't serve your future and double down on what does. When you direct your focus toward growth, you start to notice opportunities others miss. You begin to develop a sense of certainty and confidence that comes from knowing exactly where you're going. You stop wasting energy on things you can't control and start pouring everything into the things you can control. Your mindset, your effort, your habits, your goals. And over time, this creates a compound effect. Small focused actions repeated consistently lead to massive results. Your future isn't built by one big moment. It's shaped by countless small moments when you chose focus over distraction, purpose over pleasure, commitment over comfort. Focus also gives you power in the face of adversity. A life will test you. Challenges will come, doubt will creep in. But when you're locked in a vision, when your focus is unbreakable, you don't fold under pressure. You rise, you push forward, you adjust, adapt, and overcome. Focus gives you the mental strength to stay the course when everything around you is trying to pull you away. It keeps you grounded when the storm hits and keeps you moving when motivation fades. You become what you focus on. That's not a motivational phrase. It's a law of life. If you focus on excuses, you become someone who always has a reason why things didn't work. If you focus on growth, you become someone who finds a way, no matter what. Your future self is being shaped right now by what you choose to give your attention to. You are either building a life by design or living a life by default. The difference between those who succeed and those who settle isn't talent, luck, or timing. It's focus. The unwavering decision to lock in on what matters and refuse to be moved by the distractions that pull others off course. Your ability to focus is your greatest competitive advantage in a world addicted to distraction. So take ownership of it. Treat your focus like it's sacred, because it is. Guard it, protect it, direct it. When you choose focus, you choose power, you choose growth, you choose progress, and in the end, you choose the future you deserve. Focus is not a one-time act. It's a lifelong commitment. And it's the single most important choice you can make every day. Your future is waiting. It will be shaped by the focus you bring, the energy you invest, and the decisions you make from this moment forward. Lock in. Stay the course. Build the life you deserve. Distractions are silent, patient, and deadly. They don't show up with flashing warnings or loud alarms. They sneak in quietly, disguised as harmless choices. Just a quick scroll, just a few minutes, just one small exception. And before you know it, they've robbed you of your time, drained your energy, and stolen the very potential you were born to fulfill. They don't take your dream in one blow. They chip away at it piece by piece, moment by moment, until there's nothing left but regret for the time you never claimed. The greatest danger of distraction is that it feels harmless. It doesn't seem like a big deal in the moment. It's just one break, one delay, one excuse, but distractions operate like compound interest in reverse. The more you give in, the more you lose, and it adds up fast. What starts as a few wasted moments becomes hours, days, weeks. Before long, entire seasons of your life slip through your fingers, sacrificed on the altar of meaningless habits and temporary pleasures. Distractions are the hidden thieves of your focus, your momentum, your growth. They pretend to be innocent, but they are the enemy of progress. They blur your vision, dull your edge, and keep you trapped in cycles of starting and stopping. They rob you of the mental energy needed to pursue your goals with intensity and purpose. Every time you allow a distraction into your space, you trade a piece of your future for a fleeting moment of escape. It's not the big failures that derail most people. It's the small distractions they tolerate every single day. It's the tiny compromises they make when they think it doesn't matter. But it does matter. It always matters, because every distraction you allow becomes a habit, and every habit repeated becomes a lifestyle. You don't drift into greatness. You don't accidentally build a powerful life. You get there by guarding your focus like your future depends on it, because it does. The cost of distraction isn't just lost time, it's lost potential, lost dreams, lost confidence. Every time you let distractions win, you reinforce the belief that you're not in control. You weaken your ability to stay locked in. You make it easier to give in next time. And with every small surrender, you drift further away from the person you were meant to become. Distractions are seductive. They offer instant gratification, easy escape, a break from the discomfort of discipline. But that relief comes with a price most people don't realize they're paying until it's too late. It's easy to convince yourself that you'll get serious tomorrow, that you'll start focusing after this break, after this message, after this scroll. But tomorrow is a lie distractions love to sell, because tomorrow never comes. The only time you own is now. And every moment you spend distracted is a moment you'll never get back. The future is built in the present. If you waste now, you lose later. There is no neutral ground. You are either moving closer to your goals or further away. You are either focused or distracted. Every choice you make is a vote for the life you want or the life you'll regret. And it's the small, unnoticed distractions that do the most damage, because they slip under the radar. They feel harmless, but they add up. And over time, they cost you everything. The battle for your potential is fought in the moments when no one's watching. It's fought when the world is quiet and your mind starts to wander. It's fought when you have a choice between the easy thing and the right thing. And in those moments, the distractions will always be there, whispering, tempting, pulling. You can't eliminate them, but you can refuse to surrender to them. The power lies in your ability to choose, to see the distraction for what it is, a thief in disguise, to take back control in the small moments that compound into big results, to decide again that your goals are worth more than a few moments of empty escape, that your future is worth more than fleeting pleasure, that your potential is not for sale. The truth is, your dream doesn't die in one big moment. It dies in the 1,000 small moments you choose to give your attention away. But the good news is this: you have the power to take it back. You have the power to guard your focus like it's the most valuable thing you own. Because it is. You have the power to rise above the noise, cut the distractions, and lock in on what matters. When you do, everything changes. You start moving faster, you build momentum, you build confidence. You become the kind of person who finishes what they start, who doesn't get pulled off course by every shiny object or tempting escape. And slowly but surely, you separate yourself from the crowd, because while everyone else is busy being distracted, you're busy building the life you were born to live. Distractions are always going to be there. The question is, are you going to keep letting them win? Or are you going to rise, take back control, and start giving your focus the attention it deserves? The future is watching. Your potential is waiting. And the decision is yours. Focus by itself is just a moment. It's easy to focus for a day, for an hour, when everything feels exciting and fresh. But if you want to build a life that actually reflects your potential, you need more than flashes of focus. You need focus that lasts. You need focus that holds steady when life gets boring, when challenges hit, when distractions surround you. And the only way that happens is through discipline. Discipline is what transforms a burst of focus into a way of life. Discipline is not about forcing yourself to suffer. It's not about punishment or restriction. It's about control. It's about deciding that you are going to direct your attention, your energy, and your time toward the things that actually matter, no matter what. It's about refusing to let your emotions, your environment, or your mood decide how you show up. Discipline puts you in the driver's seat of your life. It's the difference between let it happen to you and taking charge of what you build. Most people live by their feelings. If they feel motivated, they work. If they feel tired, they quit. If they feel distracted, they give in. But discipline breaks that pattern. Discipline says, I show up regardless. It teaches you that your actions aren't dependent on how you feel in the moment. They're tied to the commitment you've made to yourself and to your vision. That shift changes everything. Because when you act on discipline instead of feeling, you start building consistency. And consistency is what turns